Hi guys, so we will be discussing this last part of the discussion, which is about Snell's law. So we have here this equation for us to easily understand this law because it already summarizes the idea. So with that, along with that is this figure, which we will also be using um, to understand what this equation is. So we have here the air and the glass. Air being the first medium where light entered, then glass is the second medium where it entered. So pumasok po yung ilaw dito sa nanggaling siya sa air, papunta dito sa may glass. That's why ang angle of incidence natin is dito kay air, right? So the incident ray is also here in the air, and of course, the refracted ray is found here in the glass along with its refracted angle. So, ano na ba yung mga values na yan dito sa equation natin? So, N1, madali niyo naman siya matatandaan kasi merong mga subscript. So, 1 will represent the first medium since air. Dito dumaan yung ilaw. Naunang dumaan dito yung ilaw. Then, uh, air will be our N1. Kung ano man yung index of refraction ng air, it will be equal to the N1. Then sine theta I, the theta I there is the angle of refraction, while the N2 is the angle, index of refraction of the glass. Then theta R is the angle of refraction. So, aside from that, mention lang din dito that it is reversible. So, ibig sabihin, kapag pinagbaliktad mo silang dalawa, kung sinong nauna, yung ilaw tinapat mo naman sa glass going to the air, it will give you the same result. Wherein, the light ray will be closer to the glass and the light ray will be closer to the normal line here in the glass compared to the air. Kasi 'di ba denser yung glass compared kay air, kaya mas lalapit talaga yung light ray natin kay glass. You don't have to worry about the index of refraction because we have here the constant value given in the table. And we will also be providing you the value during exam if you will be needing it. And if in case you will be needing it in your sit work, then you can just refer to this table. So proceed tayo with example number 1. Let's try to make it as simple as possible. So example number 1 here, we have glass and water. Yung light point entered here from the glass going to the water, and we have this given value. So hindi ko na babasahin yung sentence natin dito because it's already given here in the figure. So from the figure, we can already extract that the index of refraction of the glass is 1.52. Why did I consider the glass to be the N1? Kasi nga, sa kanya nanggaling yung ilaw, di ba? So, dun sa kanya unang dumaan. So, that's why it is our N1. Aside from that, we're also given the angle within the glass, which is 25 degree. And since, again, dumaan yung ilaw dito kay glass, nauna siyang dumaan dito kay glass, yung angle ni glass, yung magiging considered natin na theta I. Aside from that, we're also given the index of refraction of the water, which is 1.32. So what are we looking for? We are looking for the angle of refraction. Now, even before you solve the problem, I would like you to look at this value here in our given and already analyze what value of uh, angle of refraction you should be expecting. Diba? Although nakalagay na yan dito sa screen natin, but if you will be the one to solve this on your own during exams or sit works, how will you use the values here for you to know what are you expecting as your answer? Diba, we already know from previous discussion that the higher the value of the index of refraction, it means that the material would make the light slower. Diba? So, kapag mas mataas ang index of refraction, ibig sabihin nun, refraction. Ibig sabihin nun, the material is denser. Ano naman kung denser yung material or compact yung laman niya na matter? Ibig sabihin nun, kasi mas madaming matter sa loob ng material, babagal yung ilaw. So it will make the light slower. And since that's the tendency, the effect in terms of the angle that will be formed will be smaller. Okay, for the angle. Syempre, kung maliit yung angle niya, it will tend to move closer or towards the normal line. So, ganyan dapat yung iniisip ninyo. Dito pa lang kayo sa given. Dami-dami nyo na dapat kumbaga iniisip. Okay, so in terms of these things here, balikan natin yung given natin. We have two indices of refraction, 1.52 for the first medium or material, the glass, then 1.32 for the water. So, paano magagamitin yung dalawang value na yan? What you can do is check which one is greater. It's obvious that it is the N1, 1.52. So, dun pala makikita mo na since, kumbaga dapat iniisip mo na, mas malaki yung value niya. Ibig sabihin nito, mas mabagal yung takbo ng ilaw sa glass. So, kung mas mabagal ang takbo ng ilaw sa glass, mas malapit siya doon sa normal line. So, what are you expecting? What are you expecting for your answer? If that's the case, you should be expecting an angle that is greater than 25 degree. Diba? Kasi mas mabagal yung takbo dun sa may water. Ibig sabihin, lalayo yung ilaw doon sa normal line. Okay, let's try to put that into our solution. So using our equation, N1 sine theta I is equal to N2 sine theta R. We would like to solve for the theta R. So gagawin mo, you just need to isolate that by canceling out N2 and sine. So nasa baba si N2, then you'll be getting the inverse of the sine. So substituting the value, your N2 is 1.32, sine the theta R is, we should be doing it the other way around because we are finding the, okay, tama pala, ano ba yan? So theta R yung hinahanap, tama-tama. Okay, so na-cancel si N2 sine. So syempre, matitira na lang yung theta R na hinahanap natin. So yeah, then you have your arc sine also on the left side. So 1.32, that's our N1. Okay. Mali ang nailagay ko sa N1. Yan. So, ang N1 dapat natin is 1.52. Then, sine 25 degree over 1.32. So, doing the math would give us 29 degree. So, is it logical? Or is it consistent with our concept? Okay naman, tama. Because we are expecting a value that is greater than 25 degree kasi nga mas mabagal na yung takbo ng ilaw sa tubig, mas lalayo siya doon sa normal line. Okay, what about this example here? So, in this case, we have, what's the first medium? The first medium is the air. So, drawing mo muna dito. Kung walang binigay na figure, much better for you to visualize it. You try to draw. So, drawing tayo. First po natin is air, then the second one actually is unknown since we will be solving for the index of refraction of that material. So, ano pang mga binigay sa atin? We're also given the angle of incidence which is 35 degree. So, bakit ko kinonsider na angle of incidence yung ating 35 degree? Kasi nga, yung ilaw po, nauna siyang dumaan dito sa air, papunta sa tubig. So, kung ano man yung angle doon kay air, that will be your angle of incidence. So, 35 degree. Okay, and then we're looking for the index of refraction of the second material. Now, where are we going to get our theta R and N1? So theta R, it was described here that it is the half of the angle of the first medium. So, ano ba yung kalahati ng 35? It's 17.5, right? So, 17.5 degree. What about the N1? Ano bang first material natin? The first material is the air. So, going back to this table, you will be writing here 1.00. Right? So, we will only be considering up until second decimal place. So, solve na natin. Actually, again, before you solve, balikan mo ulit yung concept. Ano ba yung dalawang magkaparehas na given dito? Magkaparehas na given yung dalawang angle. So, theta I and theta R. Anong mga values nila? Theta I is 35, then the angle of refraction is 17.5. So, ano lang yung sinasabi nun sa'yo? It's telling us that the angle in the second material is closer to the normal line. Ibig sabihin, mas mabagal yung takbo ng ilaw doon sa second material. Ano ba dapat yung value ng index of refraction pag mas mabagal ang takbo doon sa material na yon? Diba it should be larger? Diba? So, ano bang index of refraction natin sa first medium? It's 1.00. So, what are you expecting to have as your answer? It should be greater than 1.00. Dapat gano'n na. Dapat ganun yung logic mo. Naglalagay ka pa lang ng given. May mga ganun ka nang iniisip. So, ayan. So, N1 sin theta I is equal to N2 sin theta R. Then, since we're solving for N2, isolate mo siya by dividing both sides with sin theta R. Proceed with your substitution. N1 is 1.00, then sin theta I is 35 over 17.5. So doing the math, solving that would give us 1.9. Okay, balikan mo logically. Is it correct? Is it consistent with our concept? So, yes, it is because we are expecting to have an index of refraction higher than 1.00 na magsasabi sa atin na mas mabagal yung takbo ng ilaw doon sa second material. Now, let's proceed with our last example here, which is about water and quartz. So that's the two medium here, water and quartz. Ano ba yung mga binigay sa atin na value? So the first one, of course, we will be writing the index of refraction of water, which is coming from the table here, it's 1.33. So lagay natin 1.33. Okay, 1.33. Then, the angle of incidence was also given. It was given outright. So, theta I is equal to 35 degree. Then, aside from that, we're also given the angle of refraction, which is equal to 22 degree. O yun pa lang, di ba? Meron ka nung magkapares na given ulit dyan, dalawang angle. 35 degree for the first, then 22 degree for the second. Pinapahanap sa'yo index of refraction, so analyze ka ulit bago ka mag-solve. Para may idea ka na kung magiging tama ba yung makukuha mong sagot. Diba? So, 35 degree, 22 degree, ano bang meron kapag mas maliit yung isa? Pag mas maliit yung value ng isa, again, ibig sabihin po nun, mas mabagal yung takbo ng ilaw doon sa medium na yon kasi mas lumalapit siya sa normal line. Kung mas mabagal ang takbo ng ilaw doon sa medium, ibig sabihin po nun, mataas yung index of refraction mo. Now, we are expecting that our index of refraction for the quartz should be greater than 1.33. Okay, so yun yung ina-expect mo as your answer. So, solve natin. N1 sin theta I is equal to N2 sin theta R. Ano ang hinahanap? N2. Similar with the previous example. So, divide both sides mo lang with sin theta R. Then substitute. your N2 is equal to 1.33 sine 35 degree over 22 degree. So that would give us an answer of 2.0, which is again greater than 1.33. And it is also consistent with our concept. So at this point, I would like you to try the following following examples here to check whether you've understand the topic. So to continue, we have here the last three properties of light aside from the law of reflection and aside from the reflection and refraction. First one, a third one actually for the properties of light is the dispersion. So I think you're very much familiar with this. It's just the separation of visible light into its different colors. Yung rainbow po na nakikita ninyo. So from white light, we can separate that into several colors, which are the Roy-G-Biv. Now, next one is a diffraction, which is the bending of light as it passes around the edge of a barrier. So, try to look at this animation here. Di ba yung light natin, as we have discussed previously, we consider it as a wave. It's an electromagnetic wave. So, kung dumaan po yan sa isang barrier na may butas or yung tinatawag natin na slit, nagbe-bend po yan. So, pagka nakakita ka ng ganyan, bending of light, it's diffraction. Now, when we have two or more slits which allow the light to tawag nito bend, 'di ba pagka meron kang mga slit, inaalaw niya na mag-bend yung ilaw. So yung bend light na yon kapagka meron kang two or more na magkakatabi, ano kasi yan sa dulo, eh. They will be uh, added together. So tawag mo doon superposition. So 'pag nag-add na yung dalawang bent light na yon, interference ang tawag natin doon. And lastly, we have here polarization, which is used in sunglasses kaya hindi na masyadong glary. Walang glare masyado yung mga polarized sunglasses. 'Di ba sabi natin, light as an electromagnetic wave, perpendicular ang electric field at magnetic field niya. So kung titingnan niyo yung figure dito, yung unang slit natin dito is vertical. So kung papadaanin mo doon yung ilaw, yung mga horizontal niya, syempre hindi makakapasok doon. So ano lang yung lalabas na wave doon? Ang lalabas lang na wave is yung nandoon din na vertical. So pagka nakalabas na siyang ganun, na hiwalay yung horizontal na part ng wave, ibig sabihin polarized na siya. Yan. So those are the following properties of light. So I do hope you will be solving the sample or the practice exercises that I have shown earlier.